College of Journalism and Communications at the University of Florida, this is the Reptile Report.
As the Gators celebrated their third national title, Kennedy Lerner was on site as she takes a deep dive into the rich history of Gators basketball. From the early days of the program to the championship triumphs, UF has built a legacy of success that has made its mark on college basketball. And let's see where it all began.
The University of Florida basketball team was on a roll this 2024-2025 season. But that's not new for the Gator boys, as the Gator program has a history of being hot. The Gator team that started in the early 1900s has gone through a lot of ups and downs, including over 1,500 wins, over 690 SEC wins, 25 NCAA appearances, 6 Final Four appearances, 5 SEC championships, and 2 national titles. With 20 head coaches in the past 104 seasons, the team and program has grown historically. Starting in the 1920s with Coach W.G. Klein and a 5-6 record, the game of basketball started to attract more attention. The Seminole Yearbook of UF notes that basketball is becoming a popular sport at the university, as evidenced by the crowd at the Florida Stetson game. Skip forward a couple years to 1987, and Florida found themselves in their first NCAA tournament.
Gators of Florida against the Big East Conference, the Orangemen of Syracuse.
Under the leadership of Norman Klain, the Gators reached the regional semifinal game, falling short to Syracuse 87-81. Coach Klain continues his streak by leading the Gators to 2 more tournaments in 1988 and 89. He racked up a total of 429 Gator wins. After his 9 seasons with the Gators, Don DeVoe took over for a season, then Lon Kruger. Coach Kruger brought the Gators to 2 more NCAA tournaments in his 6 seasons of coaching. The Gators made their mark once again, reaching the Final Four in 1994, as they repped their retro uniforms. Then, the Florida Gators entered the epic Donovan era. Billy Donovan coached the Gators for 19 seasons, leading the team to 14 NCAA tournaments, 3 SEC championships, and 2 back-to-back national titles.
This is the man of the hour, the Cloudy Reptile. Billy Donovan joining us now. The game is all over. Oh my! The Gators have won the national championship. Back-to-back national championships.
Coach Donovan was recently inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in April. The legacy and program he created at UF is still felt even from a fan point of view. Brett Meyerson, a Florida alum, traveled to Indianapolis to experience Florida's first championship game in 2000.
I was really hoping all I wanted to do at the very least was to make it to that title game, because we drove from Florida, from Gainesville to Indianapolis overnight. We left at like 6 p.m., got there at like 6 a.m. They maybe opened up the ticket window. It must have been like 8 or something like that. And so we just decided, well, we're here, we're up, we might as well just wait for our tickets now. And so we ended up getting it was 15th row or something behind the basket. And then I remember immediately after we walked away, we were offered, someone came over to us with a wad of hundreds and offered us $1,000 a ticket, and we immediately quickly said no. So I just wanted to make it to the title game so that at least we got to enjoy the experience. I feel like that would have been so miserable if we went through all that and then just to see us lose in the first game.
The dedication from all fans was at an all-time high to see if the Gators could pull through.
Still one. Gators with a chance to win it. Will Cinderella arrive? Miller in the lane, puts it up. Florida wins. Florida wins. Mike Miller with the winner at the buzzer. How big were those missed free throws, Jim? They would have needed a 3. Unbelievable.
Unfortunately, the Gators fell short to Michigan State in the national championship, but it wasn't long before they were back in the spotlight. In 2006 and 2007, the Gator boys stayed hot, becoming only the 6th team ever to win back-to-back basketball championships.
The Gators have won the national championship.
Coach Donovan ended his career with 467 Gator wins. Then Michael White took over and led the team to 4 more NCAA tournaments. Moving to the present, Todd Golden earned his spot and brought Florida basketball back to its glory. Within 3 seasons, he had led the team to 2 NCAA tournaments. And as Golden brings us back to the glory days, the fans are as loud as ever. The Gators are still playing for their chance to win it all.
Hi guys, I'm Kennedy Lerner and I'm here at
The NCAA hopes you enjoyed tonight's game. Watch us on your TV YouTube.
And the Gators sure did get hype as they beat Auburn 79-73. They now move on to play Houston in the 2025 National Championship. Let's see if these Gator boys can take the trophy back home to Gainesville. Kennedy Lerner, Reptile Report.
In many's eyes, rock climbing is a sport enjoyed best alone. At the University of Florida, however, a group of students are creating a different reality. I talked with the school's rock climbing club to understand why they thought community was the way to go. The Not Climbing Gym, a home for anyone in Gainesville who'd like to go rock climbing. But every Tuesday night, it transforms into a safe haven for the University of Florida's rock climbing club. This is Isabella Martin. Not climbing on this particular Tuesday, she does some work on her computer, part of her job as the club's social media manager, something she decided to do out of a desire to help grow the club.
I wanted to become involved because I knew that a lot of the old previous members were seniors, and I thought that I could do good, especially for the social media account, because that's how I became involved. And I think that Instagram is a great way to tell more people about it and increase outreach. So I kind of wanted to be that mediator.
One of the people who discovered the club, Elliot Wilcox, ended up joining for reasons out of the ordinary.
I mainly signed up because I lived on campus and it was pretty far and they did carpools. So that's why I got involved with the club.
Wilcox, like Martin, is a senior at UF and involved in a board position with the club. Before his involvement, he couldn't understand why people would take on those roles, but now uses his position as fundraising chair to help get the word out.
When I saw other people doing extracurricular e-board stuff that wasn't for a major specific club, I'm like, that seems like so much work. Why wouldn't you just be a member and have fun? But now that I'm in the climbing club and I climb a lot and I know so many people here, I was I want to work to get more people involved, and I had ideas about how to make it better. I wanted to have a positive improvement on it and get more people to know about it, and so more people could have fun.
But why rock climbing? For Martin, it's the challenge, both physical and mental.
I used to weightlift in the gym, and I just liked being active. I liked it made me feel good. So when I went rock climbing for the first time, I did it for fun with my sister, and I thought, wow, this is actually really hard, really, really hard. It took a huge toll on my upper body, but I really liked the challenge and I liked the workout. So that was pretty huge. I felt like it challenged me in a way that other things hadn't yet.
She says that the challenge presented makes it more enticing for a specific group of students.
I found that a lot of the climbers here are either engineers, engineering students, or computer science students, or medical students. And it's really funny, it's a huge correlation. And I think that's because people that climb like to problem solve.
Wilcox credits something else for his passion of the sport: stubbornness.
Because I'm so stubborn, most of rock climbing is just failing. It's going on a project and falling over and over and over for days or even weeks. I've spent at least maybe almost 2 months on just one problem, but I finally got it, and you kind of can't beat that feeling of finally sending something that you worked so hard to do.
But what separates this club from just a group of people that show up to the knot? Well, they get to go on some pretty cool trips.
The biggest thing that we do as a club that kind of separates us from just hanging out in a gym versus actually doing stuff is that we go on outdoor trips. We drive to anywhere with rocks and we climb actual rocks. It's really weird because nobody here in Florida really gets to see that. And that's the main point of the sport. People are oh, why are you climbing plastic things in a gym? Like, our club brings in accessibility to going outdoors and climbing real rocks and like going camping and like searching for these places to climb.
So now that they're closer to the end of their college careers than the beginning, what do Martin and Wilcox hope the future of their club looks like?
You know, I'm really proud of like what we've done this semester. We could have been on the ball more though. What we can do now, because we only have a month really, is like just finish up the last couple things, you know, get the officers for next year, bring people together for like an end of year thing, and then set up the building blocks for our next officers. The more that like we like make it easy for them and make the transition easy, I feel like it'll be huge.
I mean, I am fundraising chair, but working to raise more money so we could subsidize the cost of some outdoor trips, because I know cost can be a barrier for some people towards like going outside and like having the gear or like splitting the gas money or having the camping supplies. Working with the club so we can make it more accessible to people.
Whether they'll see that happen is uncertain, but if rock climbing taught them anything, it's that they should keep trying.
When the Gators clinched their third national title, they didn't do it alone. In the stands, louder than ever, was their not-so-secret weapon, the student section, the Gators' sixth man. From planes to packed cars, students crossed the country to turn San Antonio into a slice of Gainesville. But how does a fan base prepare for a stage this big? Here's a look from deep inside the heart of the sixth man. The sixth man isn't just known as the player who was the first to come off the bench behind the starters. The sixth man is also known as the fans, especially the students. March Madness is fueled by students who make the trip to watch their team play and create an atmosphere that brings momentum. There's a slim chance that while you're a student, you have the opportunity to watch your team compete in a Final Four or win a national championship. These students here had the opportunity in UF's back-to-back championships in 2006 and 2007. Now 18 years later, the University of Florida students have a chance. UF defeated Norfolk State, UConn, Maryland, and Texas Tech to launch them to the Final Four against SEC rival Auburn and San Antonio. So what's it like to prepare for a Final Four as a sixth man?
My name's Jonathan. My name is Matt O'Hara.
Hi, my name is Bray Abden.
I'm Emma Schaefer.
I only get one chance to go as a student, and I got the student tickets on Saturday, so I was like, I have to go. I got to be there to support the Gators. I went to the Auburn game when they won in Auburn, so they're 1-0 when I'm in attendance against Auburn, so got to make it 2-0. So I can't wait.
I am driving San Antonio. I'm driving 15 hours.
I am road tripping with like 3 or 4 other girls.
And then driving back 15 hours. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. I have never driven that far for a sports event ever.
We just had to go. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing to be a student and your team make it to the Final Four. Why wouldn't you want to go?
They've been working for us, so why not work for them as well? I'm graduating in December, and I really want to see a national championship from my school in the time that I'm here.
The excitement is actually insane. Like, if you think we're a football school, right now we're a basketball school. And had you told me that when I enrolled 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, like football's the big thing.
I mean, I'm just honored that I get to be a part of it, and I got to go to UF when they made this run in March Madness. And I just am hoping that we can defeat Auburn and then defeat Houston or Duke in the national championship. And I just hope we win it all.
We began the six-man journey on April 2nd in Gainesville as hundreds of students gathered to send off the Gators men's basketball team to the Final Four. We then head to San Antonio on April 5th for the Final Four game against the Auburn Tigers. The sixth man lines up hours early for the game and makes sure the Tigers know their presence. UF students receive tickets on the court behind the basket to cheer on their team.
Any boy on the court and you think it's going to go in. He is Gator basketball fantastic. No better. Our king, our king.
They use the left two-bird to ward off the defense. Martin! Oh! Martin with a signature slam! And it's over! Florida will play for the national
Florida
title.
defeats Auburn 79-73, and the sixth man prepares for the next game.
We are bringing a natty home to Gainesville, and we won't see you Monday night.
We then turn to Monday, April 7th, the day UF competes for the championship game against the Houston Cougars. Anxious Gator fans line the San Antonio Riverwalk, and students get in line as early as 5:30 a.m. to get seats for the game.
I was 5 years old, baby! I was 5 years old! But now I'm 22! The next time the Gators win a natty, I'm gonna be 22!
Gators take the lead 64-63 with 26 seconds left as the sixth man erupts.
Time expires on the Houston Cougars, and utter elation for the Florida Gators. They are the 2025 national champions.
The Florida Gators secure their third national championship as they defeat Houston 65-63. The sixth man cheers on their team and then heads to the Riverwalk to celebrate how special it is that they got to experience a national championship as a student.
Your Florida Gators are national champions! Let's go!
Women's hockey is an up and rising sport in the South, and for the first time in Florida Gator history, a women's Gator hockey team exists. I had the opportunity to speak with a few players on the team and discover how it came to be.
The Advent Health Center Ice Arena in Wesley Chapel hosts many youth and adult hockey teams. However, they now share a part of history, being the new home to the first ever Florida Gators Women's Hockey Club team. Among the roster and president of the club is junior Sarah Pagels, who grew up playing hockey and discovered the UF team interest post in May 2024.
I played hockey for right around 8 years, and I started playing in 6th grade. My grandparents bought me a pair of rollerblades, and then I started really enjoying rollerblading just like around my basement and in my neighborhood. And then from there, my parents decided to sign me up for ice skating lessons, and then I just kind of like wound up playing hockey because I just loved ice skating so much. It was actually really random. I was in Costa Rica at the time on vacation, and so I just happened to be showing someone in my family the fact that the men's team had an Instagram page, and I was kind of showing them what that looked like. I didn't even follow it for some reason, I just didn't, but I had searched up the account and I looked, and their most recent post was an interest form for a women's hockey team, and it was posted 2 days ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are the odds that I stumble upon this even though I don't even follow the account. And so then I filled out the form, and the process just kind of started from there. But definitely a lot of excitement when I first saw it, and just kind of oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is real and they're actually doing this.
As women's hockey continues to grow in the South, the Gator men's hockey team knew it was bound to happen. President of the team, Junior Matthew, was amongst the group who helped created it.
Formed a group of us from our executive board. There's a group of 3 or 4 of us that came together and kind of did everything that we possibly could to not only raise awareness that we were doing it so we can see how much interest there was on this campus, but also really pushing it out to parents and people in the community that would be interested in something like this, and kind of is it feasible or not if we're going to go ahead and do this? And it absolutely was.
A few girls on the hockey team are out-of-state students who started playing hockey from a young age, including Sarah and her current teammate Paige Knight. The two played club hockey together in Chicago, but crossed paths again for the first time since high school.
Paige and I's first season playing hockey together was our freshman year of high school. We played together for the Chicago Bruins, which is a club team, and then we played together for 2 seasons, I believe, and we were actually defense partners for one of those seasons. So she actually moved down to Florida, and then we kind of just ended up playing together. She actually started at University of South Florida, and then she got into the nursing program here. So she transferred to UF just this past year, and she didn't even know that I was the president or we were starting a team like that or anything. She just kind of found it on her own, and then I was looking at the name and the list of people, and I was like, wait, hold on, I think I know this girl. And it was just really funny because we just kind of reconnected that way. It's been super cool to play with her again, and just being able to tell all of our old teammates and our old coach that we're playing on the same team again in Florida, which obviously neither of us ever expected would happen.
It's insane. That's definitely a story that's going to be one that I tell, because I didn't even initially come to UF. I spent my first 2 years at USF, and I wanted to play on their hockey team because they have a hockey team and they've had one for a while now. But I couldn't because when we moved to Florida, my mom got rid of all my gear and my brother was still playing hockey. But when he stopped, I got all of his gear, and that's when I transferred here, saw the interest form posted by the men's team at some point, and filled it out, and Sarah reached out, and I was just like, holy crap, it's nuts.
With 10 girls officially on the roster, the Gators face the University of Tampa, an already well-established team, on October 26 in a doubleheader for their first time ever on the ice together.
Everyone expected us, this like new little team, to just not do very well in the game, but we only lost by 1 or 2 goals, I think. So everyone was really surprised, happily surprised with our performance, and we were really proud of everyone too, just because it was our first game and we'd only had a couple of practices. So we came out super strong, and it definitely got everyone really excited for the future.
It was crazy. It was crazy. One, because of how fun it was, and it's just freeing. When you know how to skate, it's so freeing being on that ice. And it was crazy because I could not get over how going down one length of the ice just like had me huffing and puffing. Oh, so out of shape. So out of shape.
The pair hadn't played hockey professionally for 2 years, only playing for fun back home or in Tampa. Keeping their gear from their childhood benefited them in the long run.
Everyone came in with their own equipment, and then we were able to provide jerseys, socks, the pants, and all that stuff. So we were able to give like all of the UF gear, and then that was all paid for by one of our sponsors that wanted to sponsor our jerseys specifically.
After hard work planning and designing jerseys, they finally got to show them off.
Oh, Media Day was awesome. I have like 4 different hockey posts on my Instagram just because the pictures those guys take are so awesome. And then getting to actually play in those jerseys was, it was cool.
The team played 3 games during the fall semester, carpooling to Wesley Chapel for a few practices, and played its final home game against USF on March 29th, where they ended the season on a victory.
To see that the University of Florida has a women's hockey team is like, it's something that's amazing. Like it's honestly inspiring to see how much it's grown and the success it's had.
My goal as president is definitely to just make sure that I'm putting the steps in place to make sure that this organization stays even, long past my time, and making sure all of the building blocks are there for the future generation.
The girls highly encourage anyone interested in joining the team for the upcoming season to fill out the form on their Instagram.
Even if you can't skate, do it anyway. You can learn. It's the whole point. It's a club team. It's fun. It's college.